Hello, you back? Jacob?
We are live.
Okay, cool. Toby went off to do a poo or something, I don't know.
Oh, I see.
What did
He
I
went
got
up.
to fight crime, one or two.
Okay, well, hello. Anyway, Toby is
Okay, cool.
Toby is pooing. So Matt,
Jacob,
I
Jacob,
can stop saying my
your
name.
voice is all fake again.
Stop saying my fucking name.
Jacob?
Yes, please put
Okay, now
headphones
you're
in.
back to normal.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you for a second because you apparently can't hear my requests. Please put headphones in. All right, I'm just hearing my own voice over just over the fucking speakers. Right. So hello everybody. Technical difficulties. This is amusing. We're back with a brand new track. Here I am in Grove Street. I'm joined by Matt Dixon, and soon Toby will also be here. Gemma, on the other hand, is not feeling very well, so she will be playing Lord of the Rings on PlayStation in the background.
Hi.
Oh, I haven't turned the screen sharing on yet. Fucking rip. So I can't remember what chapter we're on.
Was it chapter...
I think it was Chaper Twop, right?
Yeah, we're in chapter 2, so we have to start over again.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wasn't it chapter 5? Audience, tell us we can't remember or be bothered to look it up.
Yes, basically we're terrible at what we do, so we need you to do it for us.
Well, like we're famous enough to make demand the fans do most of the heavy lifting. So
We're not, but we're cheeky enough. That's the important thing. We're nowhere
apparently,
nowhere near.
someone's given the...
I think did I just hear Toby scream? No, apparently I heard nothing.
I think it's mic blow.
Jacob's gone.
I'm fucking. What are you, I'm fucking here.
Yeah.
What are you
So,
What are you
welcome to the new channel.
blue
So
blazes are
we're
you
into
talking about?
this
I'm
new
here.
thing that we're gonna do. What chapter are we on? We're on chapter.
I'm here.
Chapter.
Well, one guy paid us money.
Right, guys, I'm here. Can you hear me? It would appear that perhaps.
He went. The last thing I remember is we went to talk to the principal, didn't he?
Yeah, Principal Skinner was mean to him.
Yeah.
Jacob just typed something into Discord, which I don't know. He says he's speaking.
I cannot.
Okay.
Literally
Yeah, I'm
can't even
talking.
speak.
I
That's why we're
think
talking
so.
about
It's
it.
bouncing up on the fucking thing for
Maybe
me,
you're,
guys. In the chat, can you hear me? This is what a fucking disaster. What is even happening? This is what happens when Gemma doesn't come onto the stream. It's just fucking chaos.
I do apologize.
Off to a wonderful start.
Yeah, I can't seem to hear Jacob speaking. So.
I'm leaving the call. Fucking dicks. Oh god, what a nightmare. Right, I'm going to turn off the display capture for a minute. I'm going to scroll up through my thingamajig because there were super chats earlier and I need to find and read them. Jesus Christ, what a hideous series of events this has been. Okay, so let's do some super chats. So, apparently I still sound like Darth Vader. So thank you, the neighbour's kid, for the $5. He says won't be able to join this one. Give the onion a good thrashing for me. Well, we certainly intend to. Although I must be honest, the tech problems may may stop us. It certainly stopped me, because apparently I sound like Darth Vader. Mario Master 456, thank you for the 199. Chapter 7. Go now! Welcome to pain! Thank you very much. Apparently we're on Chapter 6. But this guy says Chapter 7, somebody else says Chapter 6. Muta Farker, I don't know, it's motherfucker, basically. US $20. I've been a fan since Season 2. Thank all of you for all the years of entertainment. Well, thank you for sticking with us. We've been here a while. You've been here a while. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to get the boys back on, and we'll see if it turns into absolute fucking chaos. Let's go.
Oh.
All right, boys.
Oh.
All right, so I guess you can probably hear me now.
We can.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Great. Fucking, what are we, 15 minutes into the stream?
No, not even that. 10. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
We've got 10 minutes into the stream. We're behind on reading the story. That's so unlike us.
That's true.
Yeah, anyway,
yeah.
we're on chapter 6. So, hooray, I guess.
Progress.
It's not chapter 5.
Yeah. Yeah, here we are. So, exercise before exercise is the name of the next chapter. So,
we also got a super chat, Jacob.
I read it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And another one's just come in, just moments after you said that, from Prada with an O. Thank you very much for the US dollars, $24.99. Very kind of you. Thank you. Been a bit busy since the holidays, but I'm glad to finally catch a stream again. It seems to be a bit of a clusterfuck, granted, but to be fair, so are Onision stories. Well, touch wood, which is, there we are, I'm just knocking on my own skull. There we are. It seems to have been fixed, but thank you. Rainy Rouge, or yes, it is Rouge. Rainy Rouge, thank you very much for the $5. I always get Rouge and Rogue mixed up in my head. When I was 13, I thought I'm a banana was the peak of comedy. I want to invent time travel and smack my younger self.
Don't blame you there.
I want to go back in time and smack your parents. But thank you for the $5 though.
Like, did you let him watch this sort of filth?
But well, boys, let's get up banana suits on. Let's get our pajamas on over the top of them. Let's chase a couple of teddy bears and let's get ready to read chapter 6. Exercise before exercise.
The teddy bears are children.
What?
Because Onision, it's a metaphor. Onision represents the banana, and he's chasing children. I'm saying he's a nonce. Onision is a nonce.
Yeah, that was a very convoluted way to get to, hey guys, lol, Onision is a nonce.
Well, there's only so many ways you can be blunt about it.
To be fair, I mean, like,
abstract about it.
That's pretty much our entire comedy, isn't it? Just, haha, this person is a nonce.
Matt is determined to find every single straight just thing about Onision.
Guys, can well, one of the funny things is Matt is refusing to accept his super chat revenue at the moment. Can we sort out some sort of Kickstarter to buy him a microphone?
I think we need to get your one fixed first. I haven't gone super deep voice recently.
His one's fine. He's got like a really nice. You're a YouTuber now, aren't you, Jacob? Officially, because you've got a Yeti.
Yeah, that's how you know I'm a YouTuber, because I use a Yeti. And Toby, I believe you use a snowball, don't you?
I do, but at the moment I'm using my gaming headset.
So a snowball.
So
I was actually going to use a snowball, but then I realised that a Yeti's slightly better.
That's true.
Thank you, Pimp Demon. Welcome back to Pimp Stole the Lemonade. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, settle yourselves in for the night. The noncing hour is upon us. Ashley and I have been together a while now. I didn't write about the first time we slept together, as I haven't felt compelled to update my journal. It happened a few weeks ago. No. And since then, many of my views and feelings have been put into question. Question? That's not even a word, Jacob. Question. Being with her was pretty amazing, actually. She's repeatedly proven her loyalty to me, despite most people's better judgment. I've been very good to her for a while now. Lies. It's just most people...
This sounds so abusive.
see me as a freak. So why should she not follow suit? Who writes like this? Oh yeah, cunts.
Right, so okay, quick for anyone, probably people who are listening to this have a better remember of what we read last week, but I was like saying like how I can't remember what happened apart from was it the principal was being mean to Onision's character for no reason besides dressing up like a psycho or a school shooter, and I just remembered it was like his girlfriend was. He was like, hey, if you want to be my girlfriend, then you have to change everything about you or something, wasn't it? It's like dress up like a goth and it just fucking came back to me just how fucking abusive his just like where fucking proof that he's tied someone up in the basement sounding.
Allegedly.
All right, who's not wearing headphones? Because I can hear so much echo.
Hold on, I'll put something in.
Damn it, Matt.
Fucking hell.
Well, I don't have any good microphone, so.
Matt, it's bad enough. It's bad enough that you exist, but to not have decent audio equipment as well.
Fucking hell! I love me some Matt.
It's just makes there's every time we abuse Matt, Toby's just like, I love this because it isn't me.
I do. Ah.
Oh, that's definitely improved it.
I mean, what was that? I can hear.
I believe
China or something.
Matt said. I think something to that effect, wasn't it?
Something along the lines. I think he's trying to use a microphone made in the 1930s or something.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just use the one I had before. How's that?
It's the issue isn't the microphone. The issue is the echo. So if you can use the shitty microphone but have headphones in, that's fine. Because otherwise we can hear ourselves coming through the echo. And it sounds like shit. It's really annoying.
Right. So how's it sound now?
We've got to speak really, and then blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay then.
Thank you, Rotten Thoughts. I've been depressed lately, but at least I'm not Greg. Thank you. It's fair enough. It's one of those ways like you wake up kind of in a cold sweat. And you go, oh god, I've wasted my life. I've wasted my potential. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not Greg. It's cool. And then you just fall into like a really calm, relaxing sleep.
You need to get that made into a shirt or a mug or something.
So that's typically how I feel. But about the movie Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Oh god! Oh god! Oh, I wasn't in that movie. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's one of those things that just helps me relax. Pimp Demon. Oh, sorry, Jacob. I put them on now. I assume he means the headphones. Gregma has corrupted your stream. Just like you've got a bad case of ligma. Ligma, what's that? So, my friend at work actually did use I've got the audio recording of it. See if I can find it. He used ligma on his girlfriend, and it actually worked. So I was very, very happy about that. So I was very, very pleased for him. You know.
Yeah, very impressive.
No, the Bible doesn't say shit about not paying taxes. I'm just putting that out there. All right, where the fuck were we? Oh yes, I have too many reasons to believe Ashley's interest in me has reached beyond all my previous expectations. This is just another reminder of how little I know. The majority of my body and much of my mind is practically a carbon copy of most every... I hate the way he does this. Just stop doing that, Greg. And also stop fucking kids. But also, stop doing this thing. Stop using the word most like this. It's irritating.
He's abusing the word most like he does those kids.
Yeah, he honestly treats most like it's a 17-year-old girl that smoked weed once. Most every other human who shares this planet with me shares my human planet. This growingly evident reality, redundant, is part of why I'm writing in my journal less. Yeah, you don't want to read through that sentence and maybe rewrite the entire thing from the ground. Okay, fine. The more I write, the more I realize how generic and pointless my thoughts are. Yes, Greg, maybe you don't need to put them in a fucking novel. Sometimes the most yes, Jacob, the most incello thing you can do is admit you're an idiot who can't pronounce the word intelligent. Sometimes the most intelligent thing you can do is acknowledge that you're an idiot. Bravo, Greg. Just fucking bravo. How about you acknowledge that you're a sex offender and turn yourself in? Ashley said she loved me the first time we slept together. We even stopped using a condom halfway through.
Okay. Whoa.
It's
How old is this girl?
Yeah, he's got a he's got a pregnancy fetish, hasn't he? So
Oh yeah, of course. Great.
that's like his thing. I asked if she wanted me to remove it, and she nodded silently. I mean, her eyes said no, but you know, I sort of coerced
So did
her.
her mouth.
Yeah, but she sort of nodded for fear of upsetting me, and that I might become violent. Her decision was especially meaningful as it was her first time being with anyone. I felt she didn't
Just screams great decisions, doesn't it?
It's just like, can we get the FBI here into the stream chat, please, guys? And you're like, can I get an F in the chat? And you're like, can I get an F in the chat and a B followed by an I?
3 FBIs in a row will actually summon them.
I felt honoured she was willing to be with me. I mean, willing, I don't know if that's the word I would use when you roofie someone. The relationship we have, it goes against what I previously thought.
She picked up the drink. It was either that or she's going to get forced into the Navy.
Where the fuck am I? I care so little about this. It's incredible. I believe practically every single relationship. You know what's amazing? This is the first one of these I've done where I've been sober and I can't talk. I think I did better when I was hammered.
Wait, why do you not have any booze with you?
Because I've been at work all day and didn't find time to go to the store and buy booze. That is genuinely the only reason I'm sober.
Well, I mean, Gemma's sick, but she's probably well enough to go get you booze. Just send her out. Like, off down to the shop to get me a cornetto.
Yeah.
But Jacob, did you know you can get booze delivered on Uber Eats, which is really bad?
I did know about this, but I don't have. I don't think I have Uber Eats.
I downloaded it just because they were giving £15 off once. Got some lovely Costa.
Okay, so I need to play you guys this thing. I've managed to find it. So this is my friend sort of. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, that's annoying. So this is my friend covertly recording, talking to his girlfriend while they're watching television. I know, watching MythBusters or something.
I think I got a lick more what?
Busted.
Yeah.
I don't know what a ligma is.
Lick my balls! Got him!
I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud that in the year 2021, someone managed to do ligma and get someone to fall for it. I'm so fucking happy.
Oh shit, FBI is actually in the chat. What the hell?
We here at FBI. Mary Master, thank you very much. This whole book is just pot kettle black. Yeah, pretty much. Superstar Planet, thank you very much for the $5. How many brain cells do y'all have? How many brain cells do y'all have enough to continue this nonsense? Well, probably more than you do. Also, make Toby read a bit in his lovely ASMR voice. I think you've gotten Toby confused with literally anyone else. Pimp Demon, thank you very much. Well, that doesn't sound like a healthy relationship.
What do you mean? My ASMR voice is...
Oh, please stop.
Stop that, Toby.
Please stop.
I will fucking travel to your house and beat you up.
Please stop. Right now you've given me whatever the opposite of an erection is. Renita Chan, thank you very much. More like he browbeat and bullied her into agreeing to remove the rubber, like what he did with Sarah to get her to say she surprise sexed him and Kai. Oh, lovely.
An erection.
A successful ligma joke in this day and age. That's more rare than a black rhinoceros in the wild. Anyway,
true.
Back to the story, to the future. Why can I hear my own voice again? Okay, Toby, people want you to read because you're not stumbling over your words like the most depressing sober drunk ever.
Okay. The relationship we have goes against what I previously thought of human relationships. I believed practically every single relationship was just a product of core programming.
Hey guys, he didn't say most every. He said perhaps we should just throw a fucking parade.
Maybe it still is, but I don't think that's how things really are in my case. I know I sound gullible, more than ever really, but this feels so different. Just look at the words I'm writing down. Makes me see what a fool I've been. All in all, I don't believe people wouldn't promote the drink of love. Oh, sorry, wouldn't promote the drug of love if it was so intoxicating.
The drug of love is
Is that what we call
Rohypnol.
trophies, the drug of love.
Truly. When Ashley and I are intimate with each other, it's something beyond what we're
Skip
physically
it!
doing.
Skip it!
We're losing ourselves in each other, pulling closer together as the world is
I
simultaneously.
told Ashley to come over shortly after he left. I don't know who, nor do I care. And she did.
Whoa!
She.
Times now. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay,
She knew we
yeah.
were
That's
both.
fucking disgusting. What the fuck? Sorry, her something engulfing me. Oh my. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Skip on.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Jake.
Oh, it's so gross. Look at this.
That is awful.
She knew we were going to go all the way. It's so he writes this. You know, I mean, I get she's supposed to be a young teenager, but she's still, you know, supposed to be in the story a sexually mature young lady, right? But he's written her as though she's a little child. Like she kept expressing how excited she was that we right. I'm fucking muting the background for a second because I can just hear my own voice and it's echo, really annoying. She kept expressing how excited she was that we were going to do stuff together. In fact, she was so hyperactive, she said she had to, and I quote, run around the house a few times before we continued.
She's a fucking dog.
Like, it's just... That's the behaviour of an actual child.
Run around the house a few times.
Do you know what I mean?
What?
He's writing her like she's 13 or 14.
Clapping her hands, promising her some jelly. Like,
I'm fucking appalled, mate.
before we have sex, you need to put away your toys.
It's just... I mean, I think the big problem we have here is that this isn't funny. I think we've sort of already, quite early on in the stream, we didn't get off to a great start, and now we've sort of hit a brick wall because I just want to cry.
Jacob, you're way too sober for this.
I am. I'm genuinely thinking of ordering some booze to my house. Because the problem is, I don't fucking trust... Like, as I mentioned on the last stream, my downstairs neighbour's elderly, and people keep ringing that fucking doorbell, and it's pissing me off, so I don't really trust someone to not do that.
Yeah. But with Uber Eats, you can get them to leave it on your door.
Enough to go.
Yeah, it's more head.
Right, well, you can take my wallet and get whatever you want. Get yourself something nice, doll.
Get yourself some nice Murray's mints. They're a thing.
Yeah, get some Werther's Original. I feel like Onision is old enough to enjoy Werther's Original, and tries to use them to lure children.
Into his van.
Thank you, John. I don't know. It looks like Twinickelberry. You know the difference between Greg and Bill Cosby? Before the accusations, I respected Bill Cosby. Yeah, it's true. It was a tragedy when you found out about Bill Cosby. Obviously, sex abuse is always a tragedy, but it was a tragedy in the sense that, oh, what a shame. You know, I'll never be able to enjoy that guy's work again. With Onision, you didn't lose anything, really, did you? By finding out he was a nonce. It wasn't like, you know, people who would like Gary Glitter's music or whatever. No, with Onision, it was like, oh, just another reason I hate that guy.
True. Thank you, Rotten Thoughts, as well, for the $2. Use this money to demand the peasants to bring drink.
I'm gonna do
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, Toby, go get Jacob a drink then.
What?
Bean Danny Mandela, thank you for the $5. This is somehow more childish than Supergirl on the Supergirl TV show, where a grown woman eats ice cream and says "yummy nummy" in a child's voice. That doesn't sound like a TV show. That sounds like an actual nightmare.
That. Oh.
Are you sure that wasn't just a terrible dream?
No, it's Supergirl.
Woke up in the middle of the night going, oh, what the fuck was that?
And then you relaxed because you weren't in Supergirl and you went back to sleep. How much of this do you think we can skip and still call this a reading?
Well, the next chapter's quite long, so
I'm just thinking like how I really don't want to read any of the sex stuff.
Hang on. Let me
just read the first couple lines of a paragraph and see if it's worth skipping.
My God, the fucking Jacob! Read the last line of this page.
If she got pregnant, I'd be proud.
It's fucking. Oh. So
Is it possible to intentionally forget things? You know, people involuntarily forget things. Is there a way I can sign up to voluntarily forget that sentence?
well, we're right near the end.
Down some bleach.
So let's try and summarize what's happening here. Smut. Something about black underwear. Having to rest on a twin bed, which he joined, and then he slowly something about the first time around. Listened to concerns she had, progressing at her pace, and then something about 2 times. I'm not sure if that's whatever that means. Moved together, close, talking about love, dangers, pregnant, and then if she got pregnant, I'd be proud. That's basically the whole of the rest of that page. What happened?
I love how fucking pretentious this guy is. Like, he writes what is basically pedo wank material. You know, he writes something that sounds like it'd be right at home in a Netflix movie.
Yeah,
and then, this is why, like, I regret when we live stream instead of record episodes because I can cut jokes like that. And then he writes something like this. Pride and love are the strings of puppets. Like, you pretentious cunt.
I know.
You fucking sucker of unwashed dick. We can pretend they don't control us, but anyone who gives their life a serious look can see. We're not dancing because we choose to. The strings control us all. I am such a fool, and I'm so foolish that it feels like a good thing. And now back to me having sex with this teenage girl.
Essentially.
It's great the way, you know, the juxtaposition between his shitty waxing philosophy about the puppets and strings of mankind and his are we even in our own fate, and him banging a 17, 16-year-old girl.
Probably.
Oh, I hope she gets pregnant.
Because I sure as hell don't care.
Age of Onision. Yeah, I was thinking it's just like, there are no strings on me.
No, just handcuffs.
Yeah, that's the only way you could make Age of Ultron worse. So, Chapter 7. Blood means nothing. So, I'm hoping this isn't about, No, I can't even... Sorry, that's too gross. Okay, something pretty awful happened.
Is it going to be stains on the sheet? Is that what you're going to say?
That's kind of where I was going, yeah. For as long as I can remember, there has been a significant amount of stress and hostility between...
You're way too sober for this, fuck's sake.
I'm starting to think, genuinely, I'm starting to think I'm sort of like Bender from Futurama, in that I require alcohol to function properly.
No,
you're just like people. Jacob, you're born at the wrong time. You need to be like back in the 40s when he just needs a bit of alcohol to get him through the day. It's fine. We don't care. He's just a high functioning alcoholic. It's okay.
Do you wonder if I can get alcohol on the NHS?
Do you not have any emergency rubbing alcohol in the house or anything like that?
Technically, you probably could with rubbing alcohol, but that's not drinking alcohol. If you're talking something like brandy snaps or anything like that, I don't know.
Next week we're going to discover that Jacob spent all the what was it, like super chat money building a still in his back garden, and he's been fermenting potatoes and shoe polish to make something to drink.
True.
He's thinking about it.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Something pretty awful happened. For as long as I can remember, there has been a significant amount of stress and hostility between my father and I. You mean between my father and me? You wouldn't say there's been a significant amount of stress between I. All right, learn to write. Something had to break eventually, right? I'll try to use as much detail. Oh, and while you're learning to write, learn to have sex with women your own age. I'll try to use as much detail as I can because I wasn't able to before, and it all should be written down. Refer to my previous statement, learn to write. Last Friday, I was on my way to my redneck aunt's house. I was in the back seat of my dad's car with the oversized sack of potatoes he calls a girlfriend, and it was Tara in the passenger seat. Oh, sorry, that's a bag of gravel, isn't it? I wanted to spend the weekend with Ashley, but my dad's stupid Jabba the Hutt girlfriend. They should just. What's amazing about this, right, is. Actually, it's not amazing, just what's disappointing about this. So, all this stuff about, sort of, as you were saying, waxing philosophical about the futility of love and all this sort of stuff. And then it's the way it jumps around tonally. So, he's describing the pleasure, the rapturous joy of having sex with a teenage virgin, right? Which is creepy. Then he'll talk, as I say, about the feeling like you have no free will and you're a puppet on strings. And now he's just body shaming. Just paragraphs and paragraphs of I hate fat people.
Literally.
Which is pretty based. I mean, disgusting.
It's based and red-pilled.
I don't understand. That's ugh.
My dad, being the horrible father he is, prioritized the wishes of his girlfriend over me. I mean, she's probably a lot nicer to him than you are. His decision screwed over Ashley too. I mean, if I was your father, I wouldn't even want to spend time with you. I'd have given you up for adoption or simply drowned you in the bath. His decision screwed over Ashley too, the person I care about 100 times more than both my dad and his genital puppet. Like, fucking, just end yourself. Obviously, I was pretty upset, so I'm stuck
Also,
in this car. Sorry, Toby, carry on.
Him saying, "Oh, the person I care about 100 times more than my dad," and he, genital puppet. No one actually talks about a genital puppet or anything like that. That's how a child speaks. Oh, I love you 100 times more than Mew. Well, no, I love you 101 times more. It's just
Did you say I love you 100 times more than Mew?
Mew. That's it.
Yeah. As in,
I mean,
I was supposed to say you, but it sort of had the M there, so now it's Mew. Fuck it.
I love you 100 times more than this rare Pokemon.
I mean,
Hey, I love you.
He's a big fan of Pokemon Go.
yeah, I'm absolutely in no position to be making fun of Toby mispronouncing things right now.
It is true.
I sound like I have a gob full of molasses every time I try to speak. So I'm stuck in this car, driving far from my amazing girlfriend, while the double-chinned idiot sitting in the passenger seat wears a smug grin painted across her face. She's so proud of feeling more important than a man's own offspring, only a fat, self-absorbed, stuck-up princess wannabe troglodyte would take satisfaction in a man betraying his own children for a 1 out of 10 paper bag girlfriend like her.
Jesus Christ.
It's so fucking shallow, isn't it? His entire thing is about how ugly this woman is. Like, everything's about physical appearance with this guy. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't care.
He's literally given no example or reason why these, like, his dad, like, it's sort of like his dad's like, oh, I hate my dad because he's religious. Okay, but I hate my dad's girlfriend because she's fat. And okay, so what else has she said or done? Well, she's fat. I'm not going to go into any more detail. She's just fat.
Yeah, it's literally just like, well, fat people aren't human, are they? So,
yeah.
Women must dress like goths and be, under 18.
Yeah. I'd say what we do is when the revolution comes and we line up all the fat people against the wall, put a bullet in their skull, and the nonces rule supreme.
Yeah, the fucking audacity! The gall on this motherfucker! It's like, well, this person, my dad doesn't give a shit about my feelings, and this woman is absolutely disgusting. Now, excuse me while I chain this teenage girl up in my basement. I'm so annoyed.
And so sober.
I'm so painfully, agonizingly, depressingly sober. I can't take this anymore. Let's read some super chats.
Or just the chat in general.
Toby, you read the super chats, please.
All right, so Rotten Thoughts, thank you very much for the $2. Just simply saying, me too, buddy. I think he was talking about the drink earlier, perhaps. And thank you very much, Pimp Demon, for the NOK 50, whatever that is, North Korean dollars, I'm going to presume. Jacob, you should have known that this would be worse than Sonic EXE Part 1 and 2 combined.
Yes, and it certainly fucking is. This is as bad, if not worse. Well, I'd say Stones to Abigail and this are very much on the level of the Sonic EXE remake, except they're creepier because there's fetishizing barely pubescent teenage girls, so they're creepier.
Absolutely.
Someone in the chat was saying that hearing me get angry is very satisfying. Well, I'm glad that you're satisfied, because that puts you in the same camp as the main character in this, who is also satisfied. His girlfriend, I imagine, is horribly unfulfilled.
She knows my best.
Do you think that she's like the reason why he's got a girlfriend is that she's like, maybe if I sleep with the psychopath, then he won't murder me when all the shit goes down.
She's just taking one for the team.
All right, listen, Ashley. He's a crazy nutter, but if you have some really unsatisfying sex with him, then maybe it'll calm him the tits down.
Maybe he won't shoot up the school.
I think it's interesting. Like one of us, one of us is gonna have to kind of, all right, how are we gonna just fucking rock paper scissors? Either that,
Greg.
Yeah, either that or it wasn't taking one for the team, but it's like self-preservation, as Matt was suggesting. So perhaps there is a fear that he will go nuts and shoot everyone, and she's just like, well, if I let him nut in me, maybe he won't kill me because he might think I'm carrying his child.
Thank you very much, Matthew Perry, for the $5 Canadian. My dad was neglecting me. Didn't you allow your kids to plummet out of a window and then photograph the scene?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I would not do that. I think that's an unkind thing to do.
It's true. Would you like me to take over for the reading for a bit, Jacob?
Yes, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
All right. I'm hearing the plan.
It's not much of a plan, really. I'm going to drink. Like a lot. And I'm just going to continue to do that for some time. And when I get my confidence back, I'll take over.
When you get your groove back.
Yes, okay. Exactly. I am not unlike Cusco. And my groove has been disrupted. Someone's thrown off my groove. The voice actor for Piglet has thrown off my groove. And I've thrown him out of the room. There's a lovely little kindly old man, and they get to go to Piglet to voice him. Like, how can you not hate Cusco at the beginning of that movie? And then the next guy that he meets is John Goodman. It's like, we're just throwing like the nicest people at this guy. Fucking love Emperor's New Groove. What a film.
Such a great film. Alright, back to the story. Why did I even have to go? Why was my father being such a whipped idiot? So, I'm blasting my music on my headphones, and my father is smiling like a fool. He was, no doubt, off in some bizarre world, surrounded by thoughts about how much better than everyone he is for having his religion. His don't eat the chicken, but eat the chicken menstruation diet and his ugly frog-like girlfriend. What? What? Eat the chicken? What, egg diet?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
basically,
eggs, yeah.
it's like, oh,
Right.
it's that retarded thing that
they have-
people say. Oh, well, you think it's wrong to eat a dead animal, but eating something that never lived or contains any sort of life, you think that's okay? And of course, the vegetarian point of view is yes, of course I do. Those are two very different things.
Literally, why does he have to just grotesquely word as many things as he
I've
can?
scrolled down a little, and it gets worse.
Great. Sitting in the
And
back.
also another shot at the ugly fat girlfriend again. Like her name, describing anything or what she done. Like, no, she's just fat and ugly. Okay, cool. She's a terrible person.
Also, frogs are cute. I agree. Sitting in the back seats thinking about them was burning me up inside. I had to do something to drown the thought out of drown the thought of them out, and yes, to annoy them. I turned my music up to the maximum level. This very same music basically consisted of screaming about how my dad's gods didn't exist and how stupid everyone who followed that god was. Edge. Oh, it's just so hardcore. At some point, my dad asked me to turn down my music, but I ignored him. He asked again, and I ignored him. He clearly didn't know what to do. He kept looking at his walking pile of fat crotch puppet vagina with legs. Jesus, it's just
There's no excuse for that. That's vile.
no.
That is a
vile.
vile thing to say. And I say this as a guy who was flat out called this guy a paedophile and told him to kill himself numerous times.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, but like, but the difference between that and this thing is like we know nothing about this woman. Where we know enough about Onision to know that he deserves it.
Literally. Fat crotch puppet vagina with legs, as if he was worried she would judge him for whatever he did or didn't do in regards to my blasting music. That was a sentence. I could see his girlfriend giving him my father concerned looks in response.
This was published again. Fucking proofread. Proofread. You can't be bothered to read your own stuff. It's so frustrating. Like, it's such an insult.
In response to my blaring music, he had to do something to establish he was still the alpha male in the car. I always say that before I get in a car. You know, I'm the alpha male, you're the beta, and Matt, you're the sigma.
Sweet.
God forbid he rise above.
I'm making money.
As a desperate last resort, my father pulled off to the side of the road in front of a gas station. He asked loudly and clearly, "Who's the father?"
I can't remember what the dad's voice is. Toby, make something up.
What is your problem, son? Fuck it, why not? I had no filter or any concern for anyone's feelings in that car.
Shock horror.
He seems such a kind of considerate boy.
It's your fat, ugly snob girlfriend that always gets her way. That's my problem.
Honestly, I've never seen my father so violent. As his face turned red with rage, my father lunged at
Okay,
me.
you know earlier on when I was saying like this was super gross and unsexy, I feel like I'm going to change my mind now.
Lunged at me, choking me. I said aloud in a distorted voice.
Brilliant.
Fuck, I can't breathe.
He ignored me. I said again in an even more unstable and desperate voice, "Jason's gone."
I can't breathe.
He ignored me. It's literally Homer Simpson. I had little choice.
It's just like he's just done Dark Bart, but just carrying it on.
Bart is dead.
I had
I
little
had no
choice. Yeah.
choice. Yeah, my father was going to try and choke me until I passed out or died.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
I thought
nut.
it was like super strong and powerful.
Because
Boys,
apparently,
I am literally gonna have an orgasm right now. Just picturing the dad beating the shit out of Onision. It makes me do the big nut.
What if the entire book was just the dad beating the shit out of him for like the next 100
It
pages?
would be the single greatest erotic novel of our time.
literally, it choked me until I passed out or died because apparently he couldn't handle his abomination for a girlfriend being criticized about turning into an insane ape. No, it's not really criticism. It's just you're a dick. The only thing I know about the girlfriend is apparently she's fat, but there's different qualities of fat. You saying she looks like Jabba the Hutt, she might not. Dick.
Just,
Literally, I
she
don't know
looks
what.
like it turns out she's just a little bit on the hefty side. It's like, ugh, fat, disgusting.
Literally. I had to make a decision in that moment. It wasn't a hard one, as the path I took involved me being able to continue breathing. Fortunately, on that day, I was wearing my combat boots. So, despite being pinned to the back seat with both his hands wrapped around my neck, I proceeded to pushing him off me with my foot. For good measure, I followed that with anywhere from 9 to 17 kicks to his chest, neck, and head. Alright. It was amazing how hard the back of his body hit the dashboard. The whole car shook as my leg launched from the back seat towards the dash, repeatedly connecting with his helpless, oversized body. I could have kept kicking, but my goal wasn't to break anything, just to get him away from me and ensure he stayed there. Quickly after he was half knocked out on the dashboard, his girlfriend jumped out of the car, not knowing what to do. My father recovered as fast as he could and went to choke me again, only this time from the outside of the car, where he had no dashboard to collide against if I decided to fight back once more. Okay. That's the end of the page. Yeah. That's just great, isn't it? Combat boots, they're amazing, aren't they?
yeah, well, he was in the military. He is so death machine.
So, thank you, Pimp Demon, for the 50. I did see what it was earlier because Shadow White put it in, but I can't remember what it is now, so I'm going to call him again. The North Korean dollars. Jacob's going to go to his car and go to the bar and come back like the next Friday. That is true. Mario Master 456. Greg is going to die. Pog. And then
Greg's a pod chap.
Naki Hollis, thank you very much for the US $49.99.
Very kind, very generous, thank you.
Very generous. Hi guys, finally caught a live stream of this is hell. Of this hell, given word form. Have this money as payment for your therapy after all you wonderful people have suffered for. Thanks. And no, thank you.
Jacob's drinking therapy right now.
That's the second super chat we've got dedicated to therapy. So
It does seem that there's a recurring motif in the super chats: booze and therapy, which are often the same thing. Yeah, if you're just joining us, I was slurring so much from being sober that I'm combating it by drinking.
Combat it with your combat boots.
Yes.
Yes. And finally, we need to turn. Thank you very much for the $4.99 US. This was an actual event in Onion's life, except exaggerated quite a bit to make the dad look worse.
I probably just the real story was he probably just assaulted his father. He probably just went, "Dad, your girlfriend's fat," and then beat him up.
I imagine the real version was like he was listening to his stupid loud music, and his dad just turned around, whacked him one on the back of the head, turned back around, and he just kicks the back of the chair.
I'm hoping I can read a little bit better now, not because of the drinking, but because the image of Onision being choked out to the point of death made me ejaculate literally gallons of semen. So the post-nut clarity, I think, will start kicking in, and I'll be able to speak properly and be able to return to reading momentarily.
I hope to
If you
God
want Jacob to read like good, you need him to be drunk and in like orgasm status.
I hope to God someone's only just sort of joined in and they just heard you rant on about ejaculating and choked out. Like, okay, off we go. Thank you very much.
Jacob's just got all these buckets round him.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sam, for the super chat. The super chatted glass of whiskey. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. The best.
Jacob, have you got a bunch of nut buckets around you that you need to throw out like it's a night soil, just like out the window?
God.
The world's most depressing chamber pot just out the window.
And thank you very much. US dollars. That's not the US dollars. That's not your name.
Thank you. They're all right. Lets you know what Toby thinks about you lot, doesn't it? And Toby feels about his audience. Oh, thanks a lot, Mr. Moneybags.
Thank you very much, Superstar Planet, for the $5 US. Do apologise about that. I haven't been this happy for a protagonist dying since the protagonist getting burned to a crisp at the end of the terrible Godzilla animu.
I'm not gonna lie, I got like 15 minutes into the animated Godzilla and was like, "This is not for me."
Yeah, I did see like I think there's like 3 of them, isn't there? There's more than that.
Yeah.
They like leave the planet or something like that, because I think I started watching it and got bored.
Fuck this planet. Godzilla's not.
So it's like, oh no, Godzilla's murdering everything. Let's go to space or something.
Toby, you just made me remember Red Planet, and I'm furious.
You son of a bitch.
Oh God.
Speaking of shit, like, do you remember? If we're going to keep playing this game, Jacob, do you remember 13 Ghosts?
No, but I do remember the Rasmus.
Oh shit! I just want the Rasmus. What about Ghost Ship? You remember Ghost Ship?
Did you have Shaggy from Scooby Doo for a minute as one of the characters?
Possibly.
Yes, he was in 13 Ghosts. Josh Twendicleberry, US $5. Do you Englishmen drink Irish whiskey, or are you afraid it'll revolt against you? I don't drink Irish whiskey because it is revolting, but it's in an entirely different context. Now, I drink Scottish whiskey because it's much, much nicer. And I imagine Americans...
We're not keen on potatoes.
Americans drink Irish whiskey because they think they're American. They think they're American. Yes, well done, Jacob! They think they're Irish.
Keep drinking.
Okay, take 2. We can edit this out, right? Americans drink Irish whiskey because they think they're Irish. Great joke, me.
Irish whiskey is an affront to whiskey.
It's fucking grim, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. It personally abhors me.
It is actually worse than American whiskey. It's fucking garbage.
What's worse? American whiskey? Was it Irish whiskey?
Yeah.
You know what whiskey you should get, Jacob? Oh wait, no, sorry, it's a Crystal Skull vodka. That's what you need to get. And finally, thank you very much, Pimp Demon, for the 20 NOK. It feels like Godzilla slapping the awful Zilla.
Oh, that was a Godzilla Final War, wasn't it? Where it throws him into the Sydney Opera House. And just like...
It was a fight. Like the
lobs him into the Sydney Opera House and just burns him. And I looked at that after reading this and just thought, God, I wish that were me.
All right. Are you going to read some more, Jacob, or do you want me to continue on?
I cannot speak. I've made many hilarious mistakes. I think you should continue for a moment. And by a moment, I mean the foreseeable future.
Okay. All right. So, let me just grab a drink of stuff.
Totally
Right, now,
illegal stuff.
Well, yeah, definitely not the bleach I keep under the sink.
No, not that.
Down it, Fresher.
All right, Jacob, what would you rather drink? A shot of Irish whiskey or a shot of bleach?
Oh. Now, is the
Trick
shot of
question
whiskey
the
from
same
Ken-
thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's both. They're both just. They're just made for cleaning toilets. So there's a guy at my work I've discovered never finished his first year of uni, making him technically a fresher. So now every time he picks up any food or liquid item, everyone's just like, down it, fresher. It's extremely frustrating for him when he's made a scalding hot cup of tea. Just immediately, down it, fresher.
Yes, you eventually force him to go to university just so they can stop doing this shit to him.
He said that he has actually considered it. Like, should I go back to school and just to finish the first year, just to so like he'll just open like a massive bag of crisps and it's like, down it, fresher. Just like,
You're gonna bully him into getting education. That's actually quite sweet.
yeah. Some next level like reinforcement.
Like he ends up like becoming like a doctor and curing cancer. They ask him why.
So these assholes at my work wouldn't stop me from chugging everything I had. It got really out of hand when I was mixing paint.
Just like fucking Nobel, like 20, like 30 years in the future, he's got like multiple Nobel Prizes giving a speech. And this is out to you, like all my friends, Jacob, and this is, you pricks, maybe do this.
Yeah, if anything, like, just by I cured cancer through bullying, you're welcome, liberals.
Bullying is brilliant.
Yeah, if socialism works, why won't John give me my fucking lasagna? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's go back to the story. His bloated freak girlfriend. I mean, we're like 4 fucking words in.
I thought you said like you're 4 fucking feet tall.
His bloated freak girlfriend felt more comfortable approaching the backseat passenger door opposite of my father now that I was again being choked. Once she grabbed my ankles and proceeded to try taking off my boots, I wiggled my feet around to prevent her from making contact.
Guys, it
while
is
saying-
absolutely crucial for the story that Greg be barefoot in this scene.
Absolutely. Jacob, you're up.
You know, Dad, I would say I love Satan, but I don't believe in him.
What?
Do you think? Do you think after that, like, patted himself on the back for like the best one-liner ever?
Greg, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you? Why do you write like this?
Fetal alcohol.
And also fuck children, but mostly why do you write like this?
Fetal alcohol syndrome.
I felt ridiculous for
What
saying.
did Gemma say?
She said fetal alcohol syndrome.
I felt ridiculous for saying that. But I knew he was obsessed with his god and wanted to demonstrate that if I was dumb enough to believe in a magical invisible being, it would be the one he feared most. His girlfriend continued to struggle with my wiggling feet as my dad responded, "Well, good. Really, father? Your son being willing to say
I love Satan.
if he actually believed in your religion was legitimate is a well good situation. Really? I didn't realize it at the time, but blood was pouring from my dad's face from being kicked so many times. I only understood it later because I remembered he had to stop choking me at one point from the side of the car so he could go to the front and wipe his face on some napkins, God, what the fuck are commas, that were in the glove box. His girlfriend now had half of one of my boots untied, but because my dad was wiping his face in place of continuing to choke me, I took my opportunity to make a run for it. I sprinted to the other side of the gas station so they couldn't see me, but quickly stopped running once a key question surged to the forefront of my mind.
Where are we? Oh, sorry. Where am I going to go?
We had
Where's the nearest like playground or children's school?
All right, where's my next victim? We already had driven so far away from anyone I knew. I had no money on me, and because of that, I felt I had no hope. It was this sudden realization that brought me to tears. I gave up. I sat on the closet curb and cried.
I think closest, but yeah.
Closest, yeah, sorry, closest.
So I'm just gonna savor this moment again. Before I nut on the stream a second time, I sat on the closest curb and cried. That's beautiful.
Well, looks like it's sucking dick for travel for me.
Fucking hell! Right, Toby, I think your computer is working properly because my phone isn't. Can you do the super chats, please, and I'll read the next page.
Thank you very much, Pimp Demon, for the 20 NOK. Oh no, I've already read that one. So it's the next one, and it's thank you very much, Pimp Demon, for the 20 NOK.
You could have just salvaged that and pretended you hadn't read his previous one.
No. Tim, all right, I made some meth. Jacob, down it.
Right, guys, this our business is in a lot of trouble because of lockdown. This meth will say down it, Fresher.
Back up for 5 minutes.
After only a couple minutes, a patrol car approached me and 2 police officers got out. Instinctively, I ran. And they're after me. They found out about the kids in the basement. I was so overwhelmed with adrenaline and emotion that I couldn't think clearly. All I could tell the cops was, I thought he hit me. I didn't know at the time that my shirt was soaked in my father's blood. I didn't even fully know what had just happened. I was just an angry kid whose father never really wanted him to be himself. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't want you to be yourself if this is what you're like. I had a father that raised his kid to fail. He never told me to be whatever I wanted. My father never told me to be true to myself. He only told me to be like him. And when I wasn't, in so many ways, he left me for dead. By driving me around in his car and only becoming violent when I loudly insulted his girlfriend for no reason other than she is large. One of the 2 officers told me to stand up and turn around. He slipped the cuffs on me. As the cuffs were locked around my wrists, I cried, "Why are you even arresting me? He hit me." I mean, you're covered in his blood, and he obviously called the cops on you. Like, what? Where's the mystery here? As I still wasn't even clear.
This could have really been avoided if you hadn't decided to, insult. I mean, like, choking your son out for, insulting your girlfriend is bad. But you could have just not insulted her in the first place. I don't want to try and victim blame here, unless you're the victim. They'll blame you for everything.
I feel that this was again. It's the way it's written. I'm sure this wasn't the intention, because why would it be? But as an audience member, I can't help but think that the way Greg has written this character, the main character, whatever the fuck he's called in this, who cares? It's Greg, right? So the way Greg has portrayed himself in this is so unpleasant and so horrible about his father that it feels to me that the insulting the girlfriend, it's a last straw kind of thing. He didn't just choke him out because he insulted his girlfriend. Like, this kid has basically been bullying his own father for years and years, and his dad's just fucking and this isn't me trying to be funny. Like, I feel like this is how it's written, and the dad just fucking snapped, and he's just he's finally lost it with him. It's like the scene in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest where Jack Nicholson strangles the nurse. And it's like, yeah, it's not a person strangling a nurse. It's somebody snapping because they've been pushed so far. That's the drama of the moment. Is, you almost find yourself cheering. That's how this scene feels to me. Like, his father's finally had enough. And I'm sure that's not the fucking intention.
Well, it's also supposed to be like, this whole thing is supposed to be like written from his like diary or some shit, isn't it? So we never get anyone else's point of view.
And it still comes across like he was the one in the wrong. As I still wasn't even clear-minded enough to articulate the difference between hit and choke, the officers ignored me. How could they pay attention to anything I had to say? Choke marks don't show up as easily as someone's boot in your face. He was a broken and bleeding man. I was just the kid with blood on his boots and a blood-drenched shirt. I was taken to juvenile hall. Just like Lou, without any trial. I spent the entire weekend there, as the judge only worked on weekdays. I sat in the cell, playing the event over and over again. Every other thing I said after the incident was a mistake. If only I could have clearly explained myself to the police officers. But my chemically distorted brain scrambled my thoughts and made me senseless. It sounds like, you know, when Chris Chan talks about like about when his autism gets in the way. Like that's how this reads. This may surprise most, but in that cell, I felt safe. I felt happier than I had in my own home. A prison cell felt more welcoming than living 2 doors away from my father. I knew in that cell I didn't have to look at his obnoxious girlfriend or see his disappointed face. And it's so hard for me to care.
And that was up until Big Bubba entered the cell.
All I really did through my time in juvenile hall was push-ups. Right, you know it's not Onision. Play cards with the other inmates and smile. So
And get bummed in the showers.
So three things that give away that this didn't really happen to Onision. 1, he's working out. 2, he's socializing. 3, he's smiling. He's smiling and there are no kids. My father was there to get me out the Monday that followed. He had a black eye and his entire eyeball itself was red. I must have busted the eyeball itself. ... Good. Toby, I'm so sorry, mate. I can't fucking talk. Can you...
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe it's not that you're being drunk or anything. Maybe it's just the book where, you know, like you're reading from the Necronomicon. It's just sapping away your sanity.
It's possible. Like, at this point, I would believe anything you told me. I'm just really fucking tired from work. I think it's all it is.
Maybe we should not do these on days that you work.
We all agree. Everybody agreed. Like, it was suggested by I think Toby, but everybody agreed that Friday was the day we'd do it. So, you know, I didn't want to be a cunt.
So the judge let me walk because I guess my father didn't press charges. I mentioned my father attacked me first to multiple people, but no one really cared. They only cared what he had to say. I was just a property of
Because
my
he
father.
didn't look or act like a psycho.
Legal slaves. That's all. The government treats kids like, and you wonder why I hate you people. When I got home, I quickly realized that my father had accessed my computer when I was locked up. The last date opened data on my journal files showed he had in fact looked at everything I said that up to this point. He knew everything I wrote? Who cares, right? It's like I said, I'm a legal slave to him. Just like every other kid is to their parents. We don't have rights. We're just property. I even confronted my
Kids
father.
have it so, unless they're abused, like, typically, kids have it so fucking easy. It's such a weird thing, especially for an adult to write. Like, you know, kids, we just do whatever we're told, we have no rights. I'm like, yeah, and you don't have to get a job, and your free time is actually free time, and you don't have to pay bills or really do anything typically above keep your room clean. It's a pretty fucking easy way to live.
I remember when I was a kid, and my parents made me eat my vegetables and go to bed on time. It was a fucking nightmare. God, such the worst time of your life when you're a child and you don't have to worry about all this other shit.
Literally. I even confronted...
And your back didn't hurt constantly.
Oh, God, remember those times, guys. I love them times. I even confronted my father about it.
My lower back is killed.
Waiting for your turn, Jacob. You're the voice of Greg.
Not gonna lie, I'm not paying attention. What's the line?
Dad, can you come in here?
Dad, can you come in here?
I yelled down the hall. He came to the room and said in his normal Ned Flanders-like tone, "What's up, Arthur?" I looked at him with a blank face and asked,
Did you access my computer?
It didn't take more than a second for my father to decide to blatantly lie to me. He said, "No, I didn't." I had no patience. I screamed at him.
I know you looked at my files.
I looked at him right in
Choke
the
him
eye.
again.
Yeah. I looked at him right in the eyes and watched him continue to lie to me. It took me showing him the dates he accessed my computer on screen itself for him to admit he accessed it.
Fucking God. Alright, new page. Fucking super chat time. My phone doesn't let me go far enough back to read all the super chats that come in. It's so annoying.
Okay.
Like, it's not me trying to get out of reading. I just genuinely can't go back any further than the £10 one.
No, that's fine. So, thank you very much, Nahi Hollis. I think that's right. Sorry for I to ask. How much money would it take for yous to get y'all to read the Jeff the Killer 2015 sequels, all written by the same writer?
More money than presently exists. I mean, it'd have to be like the whole worth of GameStop.
That stock's going down. So
And that's not just monetary; it's the satisfaction of screwing over all these rich people.
Yes, yeah. The sentiment. It would be not just the financial value, but the sentimental value of bankrupting hedge funds.
Willie, thank you very much, Willie, for the £10. Onision has somehow managed to write a story so cringeworthy, yet so boring and monotonous.
Yeah,
Monotonous. Sorry,
No,
I'm in
And,
no position to make fun of you, really, Toby.
And thank you very much, Pimp Demon, for the 20 and okay. I'm pretty sure the Nemocrony.
It's Toby, have you caught whatever the fuck's wrong with me?
No, I'm pretty sure the Necronomicon
Necronomicron.
easier to read. No, the fucking title is not easier to read. I can't do that.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It would appear that my disease has spread to Toby now.
The question, no, it's not that you haven't given Toby disease. I think you might have caught my dyslexia.
No, I'm fine, honestly.
All started with a Bama Shop quartet.
Thank you. Taking a chat, just taking a piss at me. I love it.
I think, yeah, but what happened to us? The space-time continuum was ruptured by the Obama Shop quartet. It's caused us all severe retardation.
Well, they were singing their brand new song "Mind the Gap."
This is singing their brand new song. You sent a drone strike right to my heart.
The heart is the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. I had never felt less respect for him than in that moment.
Not even when he was choking you. I mean, we felt great respect for him.
I mean, respect is one word for it. A passionate, excited attraction is another way to put it. You know, but how? I mean, whatever.
I mean, like if it had been enough to, make what's his name's dad an actual character, then he suddenly would have become about 1,000 times more handsome.
Him reading my journal meant he knew more than he ever deserved. And you know what he did with that info? Nothing. He didn't change. He didn't try to be there for me or turn me around. All my father did was leave me alone in my room after I proved him a liar. We haven't spoken about anything meaningful since.
It feels like you didn't speak about anything meaningful prior to that, so there's really been no change to the status quo. And if I were your father and I read what you thought of me, I wouldn't want to change. I'd want to go to the hospital and exchange you for another child. Clearly there's been a mistake. Clearly this fuck-up belongs to somebody else.
And they'll be like, no, sir, we can't take refunds. You just have to dispose of it into a wood chipper or something like that.
Yeah. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Let's just all just picture that. Imagine Onision falling into a wood chipper.
Right, mate, you're going to put me in hospital with all the fucking blood rushing to my cock throughout the stream? Can you stop? I've never been so horny in my entire life as I've been on this stream. For the love of God, Matt.
Where is your self-righteousness now, Dad? Where is your...
Where's your God now?
Where's your Messiah now?
Literally, where is your invisible friend to save the day?
Toby, where's your invisible friend?
What, you mean Andrew?
What, the one who works at Nintendo?
Totally actually fucking exists, you absolute dick.
I've never met him, therefore he doesn't exist.
Totally.
Yeah, he had the inside scoop that they were working with Microsoft on the Xbox 720. All right, it's totally real.
Master Chief and Smash coming soon.
Toby, your friend's made up.
Is Andrew back?
Yeah. Shh, Gemma, he could be in the room with us right now. What? Gemma, you move all that stuff off the chair. Andrew's trying to sit there.
We're not on speaking terms.
Oh, okay. How come?
Nobody knows.
Oh, Toby knows. Okay.
Oh, right, okay. Your family is falling apart. Your girlfriend remains a freakish bullfrog creature. And you're still just another carbon copy simpleton occupying yet another carbon copy home on a carbon copy street in a carbon copy town.
Is this
Carbon copy.
fucking Funny Bones? This is how. Do you imagine?
Dark
Fucking book 3. This is how the story begins.
Well, if you remember, Jacob, we brought up the Ghost of Bottle Bay last week. So
I brought that up at work the other day, and my boss used to watch that show, and I was so chuffed. I was like, yes! It wasn't like a weird delusion that me and Matt shared. Somebody else used to watch The Spooks of Bottle Bay.
He starts singing the theme song out
yeah.
really loud, and people giving disapproving looks.
Luke?
Yes.
Spooks! Like, everyone just turns at him. Like live in
can-
Bottle Bay?
It's like, can you stop doing that? You know, it was a really awkward situation. It, you know, especially as we were having our staff meeting in Brixton. For our American friends, let me rephrase that joke. We were having our meeting in Harlem. There you are.
Are you still praying for
Racism. Now laugh.
Are you praying for me, Father? Because things keep
Where's
getting
your
worse.
Messiah now? Yeah.
Maybe you aren't praying hard enough. Chapter 8. I have no future here.
You have no future outside of
Wait,
prison.
we're gonna do
Boom!
chapter 8.
Boom. Alright, let's read some super chats. Thank
Yeah,
you
so
very much.
anything other than chapter 8. We'll read super chats. We can read the back of a cereal box. I really don't mind.
Well, we've done 2 chapters, technically.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much.
We just kind of
Coach.
breeze through one, yeah.
Sam.
I think that guy's name is Sam.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sam, for the $5 US. Uh-oh, Dad found the coon wall. Thank you very much, Pimp Demon, for the 20 NOK. Matt, I'm right here. I always have been. I like that personal message.
I just
What?
I just thought of something about
Yeah,
the
but
last
this is
chapter.
really important.
So his dad
need you to
found his
toss me another
computer,
beer.
and the thing, Jacob, his dad's found his computer, and the thing he's most worried about is him reading his diary.
Yeah, not the,
and
not
like,
the terabytes of child porn.
It's okay. He's a famous manga artist. So he only gets a slap on the wrist.
What's this you're writing, son? This is why I hate you. Oh, Dad, it's my diary. No, not that. It's a screenplay called Cuties 2?
Oh, God.
Cuties
Work harder?
Cuties 2 Basement Boogaloo? Perhaps you could explain that for me, son.
I've invited Mr. Hanson round. He wants you to take a seat.
Better not be Chris. Alright, what's the general consensus here? Are we reading chapter 8? I don't mind reading chapter 8.
I don't know if I can read chapter 8. I think I'm busy frying up some oil in like a pan and then sticking my hands in it.
They say
Yeah,
we're-
chapter 8 is quite long.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I tell you what,
No.
you can listen to Toby read chapter 8 over on twitch.tv/Dreamcasted. Matt and I are going to sign off and go to bed.
I ain't reading this shit.
You have to play like
Toby,
Call of Duty or
you've promised the
Evil while
you've
reading
promised
it at
the
the same
audience
time.
now, so
Promise anything. You're the one who promised the audience. Like, thank you
that's
very much
not
for
how I
throwing out-
that's not how I remember it.
Thank you very much for throwing out my Twitch there, guys.
Strike free, Toby. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, now I'm going to become a big time streamer soon. It's
I will-
not really. I
Yeah,
don't know.
There I was, standing there flexing handsomely. Raymond was in the corner, crying, shitting everywhere. And
What?
Toby, who had just gotten off, Toby, who'd just gotten off the phone with the president. He said, guys. Well, I believe what he said was, guys, I'm going to continue Chapter 8 solo now. As soon as the stream's over on twitch.tv/dreamcasted. So,
Again, thank you very much for throwing out the Twitch, but that's not what I said. That's not.
That is
Toby,
exactly
I have a
what you said.
photographic
It's
memory,
not
all right?
It's not
Yeah,
what I
we
said.
have internet evidence, Toby.
What is the general consensus?
Literally,
now?
people can just rewind and hear you saying those exact words.
Wow. Just because you're literally just trying to shovel the workload off to me. That's
What else is new?
It's called delegation, Toby.
Reaper's creep will be too deplorable for YouTube, given what happens between the 11-year-old protagonist and a 16-year-old girl. I mean, at least the genders are reversed that time. No, wait, that doesn't make it better, and I want to vomit.
It's not.
Making Toby read Chapter 8 is this blood whistle all over again. Break out the books, boys! I was thinking of sort of trolling on a stream at one point, and just doing that, just breaking out a novel and just reading it. I did that on VR chat once, and so there I was on VR chat with my terrifying Donkey Kong avatar, and I went up to like a bedroom and I started reading The Hobbit, and I didn't have my headphones on, so I couldn't hear what people were saying. I was just reading it, doing the voices and everything. And the next thing I knew, there was just tons of avatars crowded around me. I put my headphones on. I was like, "Hi guys," and it was like, no, they were, because they're all Americans and they never hear English people, so except English people who talk like this, being British. So they were just like, they were like Toby. So they were, very, very nice about it. And going, oh, you have a lovely voice. You should do audiobooks. And I was like, oh, no, but I do read things. YouTube.com/Michael.
And they tuned in today, and oh man, he's really off today.
Yeah, this guy can't even speak. I don't think this is the same guy at all, and he doesn't look a thing like Donkey Kong.
I like MC Darius's little comment here. Toby, you'd really read Chapter 8 solo for a low donation of $100? You know what? I would if you're gonna slap up. That I'd certainly do thing. Do the thing.
What?
I don't know. I'd certainly do the thing.
Toby's like, go. None of us can string a fucking sentence together. And
We're all like,
Toby's just like, yeah, I could. Guys, what's the consensus? Should we do another chapter? I'm like, dude, you can't even read another paragraph. Listen to the state of you.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to read another chapter tonight.
I think not.
But Jacob, do you understand everyone that picture of you, the fact that you do look like Donkey Kong?
No, because I don't want to piss about with like screen sharing and accidentally like reveal all the nudes that you two have sent me over the years, like in the chat.
oh, you still have those? Oh shit.
Yeah,
Obviously.
just anyone who doesn't know what Jacob does look like, he looks almost exactly like Donkey Kong. The only difference is his tie.
Yeah, it's got JS instead of DK. Bye.
Jesus